He was chosen. He was anointed. A shepherd touched by God. Destined for greatness, now the boy steps into battle, into power, into danger. Giants will fall, kings will rage, and a throne will rise from the ashes of war. This is David, God's warrior king. Though chosen by heaven, David did not rise to the throne in a day. First came serving, testing, and proving. He returned to the hills until a troubled King Saul called him to the palace. David entered not as a warrior, but as a musician, harp in hand, worship in heart. He played, and darkness fled from Saul. God was with him, but soon a greater enemy rose. In the valley of Elah stood Goliath of Gath, giant of war, armored in bronze, marking Israel for 40 days. Warriors trembled, Saul trembled, but a shepherd boy did not. David heard the blasphemy and burned with holy courage.
Who is this uncircumcised Philistine, that he should defy the armies of the living God?
Saul doubted. Yet David spoke of the lion and the bear he struck down to protect his flock.
The Lord who delivered me before will deliver me again.
Saul offered armor, heavy, royal, impossible to bear. David tried, but it weighed more than the battlefield ahead.
I cannot go in these.
He chose instead a sling, his staff, and 5 smooth stones. The giant roared. The earth held its breath. David lifted his voice.
I come in the name of the Lord.
The stone flew, guided by heaven, and the giant fell face down in dust. Israel shouted, and Saul watched, admiration twisting into jealousy. Yet before envy claimed King Saul, God forged a sacred friendship between David and Saul's son, Jonathan. Jonathan loved David as his own soul. Theirs was a friendship of covenant and loyalty. But Saul's heart darkened, and spears flew. David fled into wilderness and caves. He would not raise a hand against the Lord's anointed. Twice he spared Saul's life. He chose righteousness over revenge. Then came tragedy. Saul fell on the heights of Gilboa. Jonathan fell beside him. David mourned with a broken voice.
How the mighty have fallen.
David mourned not only a ruler, but the truest friend a man could ever know, Jonathan, bound to him in loyalty and faith, and there, in the ashes of loss. With Israel trembling and the throne empty, the shepherd boy stood on the edge of destiny once more. Giants had fallen. Friendship had been forged. A king had fallen in battle, and now Israel's shepherd would take his place. The story of David is not finished. This was only the rise.